I know it's been a while, Sundance. It's been a while. I know that everybody missed me. I know. But like Thanos, your boy is inevitable. I know. Electrician, AO. Oh man, Snowman, put up this chat. I know. Definitely. I owe my man Snowman his charity thing, so we're gonna donate to Snowman as well. Oh, people of Earth. That's amazing. It's amazing. F. Holiday, electrician, A.L. Evans. It's amazing. Very amazing how people, still to this day, wonder, will the black police officers truly stand up? Will the real black police officers truly and really stand up? Oh, Lord, help us. For some reason, someday, I never understood. You got so many people in this so-called black community. Hey, Snowman, post your stuff up, man. I never understood why so many people in this community that is called black create untrue narratives. Queen Butt, what's up? Untrue narratives, right? You got guys like Tatum and others who push this anti-black community agenda. For what? Because black people have not learned this lesson. Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Black people have not learned this lesson. Please donate to the Snowman PayPal. Help our brother who just defeated cancer get back on his feet and doing his show. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel for the best morning show when it comes to your favorite sports, past and present, and a little bit of the future stuff as well. Lord of hosts, we got to talk about this shit today. And that's also his GoFundMe. And here's also his page to go sub. Please sub, and he'll definitely give you a sub back. But today, oh lovely day, we want to see the real black police officers stand up. How much are you willing to make a difference? How much are you willing to help your own man? Because, quite frankly, this dude got a bigger platform, not because he's pro-black, it's because he has these white supremacist talking points in blackface that gets him over. But this is where I gotta come at the black folks, man. You create the coons because you don't support them. You don't buy the coon. I bet you any amount of money, anytime, anywhere. If black people sent enough money to get Brandon Tatum to talk their fucking narrative, that would happen. But because the cooning and the rhetoric is so heavily protected, it's going to fall on deaf ears. See, he can speak this because, one, you always want to look like you're not one of them. You always want to look like, I'm going to go harder in the paint. Whether if you truly believe it or not, Tatum, what have you done for the black community? What has the black community taken from you? I'll wait. I'll wait. When are we going to get unbiased professional opinions from people like you? "31 white supremacists in Idaho." Not you or anybody in your camp denounced those fucks. Don't forget to support. Don't forget to support my mans. We're gonna support the snowman tonight because over here our motto is my brother, my champion, my savior. Now, do I think that every black man is down for the cause? No, no, no. There are some people you do have to leave behind. I had to tell a couple of my young Padawans that when you start growing, there are some people who are going to be jealous instead of congratulating you and asking how you became successful. I want you to think about this. I don't show any hatred towards Tatum. A little bit of disappointment and confusion. And the reason why I say that is because you'll see the mistakes and the fuckery from any other race of people, but it's always got to be the blacks. What have they done to you? Is it as striking as this clip that I'm playing with everybody's favorite Thundercat Panthro? Is it the fact that you felt as though black people never supported you? Because I'm going to say this: the most beautiful thing about America is you're always going to get your Negro wake up card. You're going to get that card very soon. But see, guys like you are smart. You want to go off the I don't want to offend anybody. I'm trying to configure words to say to the masses so they don't have to feel bad about themselves. I see a lot of people wanting only to be black when there's something to be benefited. Then, if you don't really care for the black community, just talk about the white community, Asian community, LGBT community. Talk about the flaws, right? If Rittenhouse was a black kid in the same situation, would he still be, by your words, a good boy trying to help? Gotta love the patrol helicopter, man. Would he still be the dude that you would be using your platform to fight for? Or would you throw him under the bus? Hold on. I'm back. And I'm going to tell you, why is it that everybody, like yourself, the news media, and others, want to play up George Floyd's record when it has nothing to do with the situation where he lost his life? When Dylan Roof killed those people in the church, did we pull up the victims' records to see how good law-abiding they were? Never that. Never that. What we'll get is somebody gets killed, whether it's by police or by some other man, and we're going to pull up their record, especially when their record has nothing to do with it. I will totally understand if the guy was caught for a robbery and they brought up his record for a robbery, but that still doesn't give anybody permission to keep a knee on a person's neck for 9 minutes, almost 10. Will the same fuckery be told? Will the same progression be made? Because I thought it was unprofessional to blame the victim for being a victim. But yet, when are you going to stand up for your own people? Do they have to be Republican? I just have to ask this question. Does a person life means anything of value if they're Republican or so-called conservative? Because you could ask the master teacher BGS that true conservatism is in China and Russia. You don't buck back against the government in Russia and China. So all this conservative bullshit talk that I hear, especially this Brexit movement, it's kind of bullshit. See, the part is, are we going to stand up for Americans, select Americans, or are we going to stand up for all Americans? Because as an officer of nearly 15 years, if I had a known prostitute call for help and assistance because she was sexually assaulted, guess what? I'm not going to treat her or tell her, haha, that's what you get. In the Arbery case, I've seen guys like Tatum try to come up with every harebrained scheme not to just say these guys were wrong. These guys were wrong. What we get is one way politics. What we get is this fascist ideology of this party is always right. And it's not true. Because I'll tell you what, when black people did vote Republican, they were probably the most conservative people in the fucking country. Well, I'm going to say this below, Frey. America is both capitalist and socialist. Below, Frey, do you like the fact that you have roads being paved, public schools, state colleges? Do you like to have a police department, a fire department, paramedics, EMTs? Do you like your trash being picked up by the sanitation engineers? That's part of the socialism. Remember, capitalism without socialism, capitalism, or better yet, Capitalism without socialism is pretty much what? Fascism. Socialism without capitalism becomes communism. No, not yet. We'll see what he's talking about. Not yet. I mean, we do allow people to have differences of opinion, but when you're trolling and you don't have a point, that's what we enact Order 66. If you're having something of intelligence, even though you may not agree, I respect it. See, I like to hear different sides of you because you might actually teach me something. See, I'm not afraid of that. I'm not one of those guys. Well, see, no one ever said you couldn't educate your own children. Okay. It's just Americans got too damn lazy to do so. It's too comfortable. No, don't block him. He's actually having a good back and forth. Some good dialogue. You got to understand something. The Prussian school system is not for education first. It's for indoctrination first. Education second. This is the reason why I'm very strict on a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to policing and or military, because I know what the standard is. I understand what's above it, I understand what's below it, and I understand what the standard is. What's up, Trail? Bentley, what's up, South Charlene? Everything about America is about convenience. See, I would love to talk to Brandon one on one because historically, I would ask him because if he wants to talk about the ghettos, who were the first people to go to the ghettos? Who were sent there? Do you choose to be put in the ghetto or do you get forced to be in the ghetto? Shout out to Captain Jack, aka Sandog, because I know this is where I get the fight where it is when talking to people like Tatum, because black people were not the first people associated with the ghetto. Okay, let's get that historically straight. We already know the Jews were put there in Nazi Germany. Not one time in freaking history has anybody chose to go to the ghetto. You're forced to go to the ghetto. And each and every time, black people make strides and say, you know what? Cool. You don't want us to interact with you. We're fine. We'll interact with ourselves. But when black people start to get a leg, a kidney, a spleen, a rib cage, a shoulder blade, a trapezius muscle, and a system you created for you to actually benefit greater than us. What's up, Josh? What's up, Philip? Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam. Support to my Muslim brothers. Assalamu alaikum to all the Muslims. Greetings to all the Christians. Shalom to all the Jewish. Namer said, in many aristocratic and authoritarian states, they be be they communist or fascist, control of the education system is vital to indoctrinate the next generation. Education was meant to create obedient workers. Facts. See, Josh was a police officer who worked with me in the mighty Northern District of the Baltimore Police Department. When you have to interact with your people, sometimes your people are not going to understand. Greetings from the outer rim. What's up, BC? We got to link up one day. Come, either I go to DC or you come to Baltimore. I take you to the cigar lounge, man. But this is what I tell people all the time. When you're not a respecter of persons, when you're not a respecter of history and a respecter of statistics, you can spew whatever shit you want with no challenge. See, one of the biggest issues I have with the so-called YouTube black officers, and Tatum's not the only one who I had the disagreements with. Even Nathan Daly, cool guy, but I disagree with some of his some of his talking points, and told him that when I was on the show. The problem is this, okay? Till you put black people on an even playing field, aka reparations, which is not just monetary value, it's educational, land ownership, housing, not only land ownership, but freedom to develop that land without government interference, free trade, college, and whatever other secondary education. No, I mean, it takes a lot for us to kick you out. I don't mind people who have a difference of opinion or a different way of viewing things. This is why we respect everybody's religious beliefs over here, because even Buddha said there's many candles to lead to the same path. When you spew this stuff and say, well, black people, they have a lot of black on black crime. Well, one thing about Americans, we have a lot of American on American crime that no one seems to talk about. Of course, of course. But see, CDC, this the problem is this. What are the consequences for cooning in the black community? And I said this before, and Sandog even likes the quote. We don't buy our coons out. We don't think we need to lobby support. If he's got almost 2 million subscribers, why can't we put money into that and say, pull them to the side. This is the money, you speak on our shit. And this is the part where I tell black men, your greatest weakness is that you don't work together well. You'll stand in line for dumb shit But if you stand in line to get your kids a better education than you dreamt, you know why? Because we always have this head nigga in charge mentality. Whoever is the best at the mission leads that fucking mission. I want somebody to put this in the chat. Whoever is the best or the expert into that field leads the mission. That's the one thing I learned from a couple of guys who were in special forces. And they always tell me, because, you know, I was a young soldier, and they did their time with either the Rangers or the Green Berets, and they would sit my young ass down and said, look, there's going to come a time when you're going to be leading us. Even though we have the higher rank, you may be the expert in a certain field, and you got to teach and lead us to victory. Oh, you damn sure we're going to have to say that again for the Negroes in the back. But yet, we get guys like Tatum who defecates all over the black community with no answers. And I said this once, and I say it again. Charles Sr. once told me, if you're not ready to fucking solve that problem or help that person get out their problem, shut the fuck up. I even look at it with Amazing Lucas, and it took me a while to figure out why did they fall out, because Brandon had him kicked out of that Blexit shit. You know, the little cabal with, you know, Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, Amazing Lucas, and a couple other black conservatives. He was kicked out the cabal. They were cool as fuck. See, a lot of brothers in this space think conservatism is like the new Green Lantern ring or something, or the new power ring. I hate to burst your bubble, but black's been conservative for centuries. You didn't know? Now you do. Even in this day, we've always had a gay or a lesbian family member. We didn't ostracize them, but they knew to keep the tone that shit down. Why do you think it's very hard to get ultra flamboyant gay people in the black community? Because it's still kind of conservative. You still have to be respectful and tone that shit down. Now, very few black people, if any, are gonna try to so-called gay bash a dude. That wasn't us. Because historically, if you look at the 60s and 70s, where did the gays party with? The blacks. Because we're the most damn accepting people on planet Earth are black Americans. Yes, Mr. Washington. $50 billion. Like you can store that in your in your Christmas sports jacket from last year, can be given to Ukraine, but we complain about not getting enough money to have heating for or air conditioning for fucking public schools in Baltimore. Me personally, I would love it for a Republican mayor in Baltimore. At least shit would be different. But like I said, you're right, neighbor. If people in the LGBT community were so supportive of the black movement, because without the black movement, you wouldn't have got your civil rights. Bullshit, you would. You don't even put up James Baldwin. You don't even put up James Baldwin. You know why? Because he's the antithesis to the LGBT community. Because if you speak to people from that community who are hardcore in it, they talk about it like it was a different fucking race. And it's very insulting to hear somebody from that community tell you that it's just like the black struggle. Let me see. I don't know if people went to different countries to go enslave the gays. See, the LGBT community wants the right to do certain acts when black people have been fighting for the right to just be a human damn being, something that's God given and should be afforded to you at birth. Now back to Tatum. And I really do have to wonder, are you going to use your platform to big up just white people? You even have a video on YouTube that says "Stay strong, white people." I swear to God, any of you motherfuckers in California allow that bill to go past, you deserve your asses to be whooped. I'm not a violent man, but if you touch a little kid of mine or anybody's, I'm gonna put a few in your ass. Take it how you like it, YouTube. Take it how you like it. And you know what the fucked up thing about it is, right? Dudes like Tatum will be so diametrically opposed to reparations, even though it would benefit him and his children. And that's when you really got to check the insanity. Even the betterment of black people everywhere, because you want to be the number one nigga in the face of the ruling class, that you would go and fundamentally sabotage any type of black excellence. Did you ever look at that black CIA agent who infiltrated the Black Panther Party? Do you think he was sorry to do it? He talked about it like it was a red badge of fucking courage. Think about that, folks. One of the most powerful groups for black people and black power that infiltrated not only schools, tutoring, but also WIC, women, infants, and children, which the government circumvented and took over as their own. That he was proud to do that, proud to infiltrate, because there's no consequences for the coon. You can't ostracize them. You can't take away their money. We allow people to be rewarded for being a seditious traitor in our community. We don't even support brothers We don't even support brothers who speak up on our behalf. Are we super supportive of our intellectuals in this space? There should not be any fucking reason that a man like Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, Dr. Ronald Neal, and Dr. Green Gorilla doesn't even have 1 million subscribers. Not even 500,000. Not even 100,000. And I'm getting tired of, see, look, the black community don't support. The black community, the black community. Really? Really? Think about it. All these people will talk about, well, and what's the dude from Fresh and Fit? The one who was a so-called federal agent? Where's the dude name? Because he's another one of these motherfuckers too. Somebody put his name in the chat. Well, black people want to do. Guess what? Yeah, Myron's stupid ass. Well, black people are always blaming racism and did. You know why? Because there's no consequence for the coon. Here it is, right? Well, little immigrant motherfuckers like him, and not every immigrant is a motherfucker, by the way, but y'all should be smart enough to know that. When immigrants come over here and appear to do better than blacks, do you know that it's actually a small percentage? And for Myron, why the fuck did your parents come over here? Oh, for a better life. So let me get this straight. They ran away from your country instead of taking their intellectual and financial properties to improve their country. But you want to come over here when the black American was the only black in the world that didn't run from his country of origin. And not only that, have the equal rights to the ruling class. We're looking at you, India. You got some of the Nigerians who come over and just look down upon blacks. Wait a minute. Weren't you the ones who financially castrated your own fucking country and left with the riches? Weren't you cowards too cowardly when people were about to string you up by your fucking feet? You left? They want to talk about every damn thing about the black community, but tell me this one thing. Tell me about the corruption of your fucking country. Until you're ready to do that, shut the fuck up. Why are you here in America? Oh, because blacks made it that fucking comfortable for you. It was blacks who fought for you to come over to this damn country. What the hell do we get if we come to yours? I'm going to ask that question again. Somebody posted. It was black Americans who made it comfortable for immigrants to come to this country. What the hell does black America get when we come to yours? And Myron got a fuck just, ooh. You want to talk about Tatum Jr. right there. Well, stop blaming racism. How the fuck you gonna go from 1 minute tell black people to stop blaming racism and then get mad at the same racist motherfuckers talking about your features, talking about your kinky hair? See, it's funny that when the shoe is turned on your feet, that you can't take that fucking pressure. Because I'm gonna tell you what, there's so many fucking countries and so many immigrants that have a fucking history of running and never solving their own country's problems. And this goes for you too, Tatum. Show me any other fucking country where they did the same thing that black Americans did. Show me. Show me. I mean, if you want to be truthful, if you really want to be truthful, Israel exists because of the financial backing of London and the financial and military backing of the United States. What country in the Caribbean and Africa is getting the same treatment? Because last time I checked, the most pro-black motherfuckers, the most pro-African motherfuckers in this world are black Americans. See, we don't. Who the hell is this person here? I swear, black men are so. If well, if you hate black men, get the fuck off my channel. Do me a favor, somebody get this fucking stupid ass loser the fuck out of here. You got all this time to troll, but no fucking answers, you fucking loser. What you need to do is hate them nuts that you don't have. You castrated bastard. Hate that. See, we got that RuPaul looking motherfucker up there talking about he hates black men. Do me a favor. Show me something to hate. Actually prove to me that you're worthy for my attention. Because motherfucker, you don't even have my curiosity. Prove to me that you don't even have my curiosity. You prove me right. You're proving me right each and every time. You don't want fucking solutions. Black men so feminine. Okay. I dare you to say that to a strong heterosexual black man in their face and see what happens. Man looking like a whole pack of Charmin's toilet paper. Soft. Soft. Here it is. All right, man. Much success to you, man. And see, this is another thing. We got to excommunicate those who are not about solutions. Somebody put that in the chat. We need to excommunicate those who are not about solutions. Charles Bentley, he's one ply. He's one ply. Charmin soft, man. Charmin ass motherfuckers in these places. Of course, I know he's an alphabet activist. That soft motherfucker there, so soft, he makes RuPaul look like Ray Lewis. If you have no fucking solutions, you get excommunicated. If you don't come up here and show me that you have anything of intellectual value, goodbye. No arguing, no compensations, no bargaining, no reasoning, goodbye. And it's funny, right? I don't even bash homosexuals. One of my best friends, she's homosexual, but guess what? She'll tell you to your face. She's black before she's ever a lesbian. Her sexuality comes second to her race. And see, even if it comes to our brothers and sisters who we may not agree with totally, we give them a second to speak, hear them out. But if they're just on some hating shit, they gotta go. If you're not about progress, then you're obviously against the fucking. Then you're obviously for the problem. There's no way you could tell me. And notice to those who think, "Oh, you're anti-gay." Notice my brother, my champion, and my savior doesn't have to do with your religion. It doesn't have anything to do with your sexuality. It doesn't have anything to do with your economic level. It doesn't have to do with any of your degrees or your education, your trades, or any of that. Because I don't give a damn if you're a gay black man. If you see a young black male trying to make it, it is your duty to help them. Because what you do in the bedroom is your business. Because guess what? If you dress like a regular dude on the street, how would I know you're gay unless I see you kissing another man? But I could tell your ass is black, damn near almost a mile away. But here's the problem. You let so many groups convince you that your sexuality is bigger than what your people can gain. Look at people like Tatum. He's convinced that his political ideology is more important than his race. Let's say if we do get reparations, is he going to send that money back? Hell no, he isn't. I'm not for reparations. I'm not for a handout. But yet, here's the comical aspect of that shit. The irony of it. The people who are getting the so-called handouts are the people you big up all the time. Stay strong, white people, stay strong. But nobody likes facts. Nobody likes to be reasonable. They want them fucking cheddar biscuits. They want master to see them as the good Negro boy that they are. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want massa to feel better. And here's my joint, right? And I do have to say shout out to the nation of Israel because we're about to go historical for a minute, right? Do you know what was Israel established? I think it was in 1948. The state of Israel was established, right? Do you know that they were hunting down Nazi war criminals for 30 straight years? Motherfuckers were literally old ass men and they still tried them and sentenced them to death. I want you to think about that. 30 and 40 years, they still hunted down Nazi war criminals. But we told to forget our fucking Holocaust though. Slavery was so long away. I'm going to give you another historical thing, right? Remember the 72 Munich Olympics? The same Olympics where Dan Gable won his gold medal in wrestling? Where they had those terrorists actually shoot and kill dozens of Jewish Israeli athletes? Do y'all know what happened after that? Do y'all know what happened after that? They sent the fucking Mossad after their asses. Now, if you know anything about the Mossad, they like Wu Tang, ain't nothing to fuck with. And they actually went undercover and disguised themselves and assassinated them bastards. Even the men were so good at disguising themselves, they dressed up in female garb. But does anybody tell them to forget? Did anybody undermine their right for justice? They went in, they went in COVID with some espionage and assassinated them motherfuckers. I don't see one motherfucker telling one Jewish person forget about the Holocaust. It was so long ago. But you literally have guys like Tatum, who's a black man and a police officer, telling people that blacks need to stop blaming things on racism. I'm sorry, but did anybody speak up against Asian people when they try to make us look like the boogeymen? Because there's a reason why MSNBC, Fox News, CNN doesn't have a guy like Charles Faulkner Jr. on their platform. Because I would have said very quickly, how the hell can you complain about Asian hate when so many of you actually made your money from building up your stores in black communities? You know why? Because the white establishment would not accept you. Hello, hello, hello. The white establishment would not accept you. How many of these people from the Middle East, from India, from all these different lands, got their money from off the backs of blacks? Think about it. Here in Baltimore, their kids go to private schools like Loyola, Villa Julie, Johns Hopkins University, just because of how effective their businesses are. But yet, your black children struggle to get to even community college. So, how the fuck can we hate if we're the number one supporters of your business? If you really want to talk about Asian hate, let's talk about the Asians who are doing the hating. Put that in the chat. If you want to talk about Asian hate, talk about the Asians who do the hating. I mean, for God's sakes, one of the most one of the most famous sayings is "hurry up and buy." You're looked at the store like a goddamn thief. It's amazing. It's amazing. How in the fuck are we supposed to be the people doing the hating when we accept your asses first and foremost above anyone? Please tell me this. Think about this. Of course, he built this shit off of racial theater because there's no validity to what Tatum actually says. There's no validity. There's no damn validity to what he says. This is the same guy who thinks people hate on him because of his white wife. Nobody gives a damn. We're the same damn people who are very accepting of others. But yet, if somebody asks you to prove your statements, Tatum, why are you always back talking? And others. I even have to look at the amazing Lucas funny. One minute you mad about what Tatum says, and then the next minute you dick policing Bronny James for his prom date. Here's the crazy part. His prom date. That doesn't even mean that's his girlfriend. His prom date. And you use the excuse, amazing Lucas, of, well, that's not a good image because it always said successful black men. Have you ever noticed that motherfuckers like that will never say anything to Serena Williams? If you think Serena Williams is bad, Venus, if you see Venus Williams with a black man, she holding his ass for the police. But you never see that. You never see that shit. Black man doesn't have any rights. He doesn't have any aspirations. If he's not doing for others, fuck him. Fuck him. And please support the snowman and his charity drive. That's one of our brothers, a good brothers. The guy who put me on with this. If it wasn't for the snowman, I wouldn't be here. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about Lucas. How you gonna if you so for black people and black men's choices, why do you care about a fucking teenage boy's prom date? That's the reason why all these people have all these phony ass arguments. Phony ass arguments. Now, anybody want to join the panel? I'm gonna open it up. Tell me what you think of the subject matter. Am I right? Am I wrong? Show me something that I missed. I'll tell you that much, man. Something's got to give. What's up?
Chilling. Hang on a second. Let me check on my settings. I hear you on loudspeaker. Can you hear me now? Charles? Charles, can you hear me? Hang on a second.
Hello? I think your mic's messed up. LaShawn,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Let's Mike check the next gentleman, and I'll go by the list. You go ahead and choose.
Hey, what's up, Charles?
Okay. I heard you down.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You
You're good.
coming in clear.
All right. Good. Who else is in here? All I see is the Panther background.
Yeah, it's playback.
As long as I can Panthro Wizard Punch, I'll be okay for the rest of my life. Inspiration. Oh.
Is that you, LaShawn? LaShawn Jefferson, is that you?
Yes, sir. I'm back in the goddamn manosphere, and shit, I don't know when the hell I'm gonna get kicked back out again. But it's legal for me to join today.
I don't know what to tell you on that. All I see is a
Look, I
knockoff,
happen to be the
ugly ass
original
version of.
asshole. I'm an OG asshole. And you know what? I learned since I've been 8 years old. If you ain't never learned from 8 years old, and you already see what the world gonna do to you. Look, that BJS keep trying to teach me how the hell to handle it. But you know, I'm in this generation younger, and we get a lot more pissed off. So I got to learn how to calm the hell down. That I'm still learning. Charles teaching me, and everybody else in the group is. But sometimes I
Wait a
mouth
minute.
off.
Which generation are you? Which generation are you?
Well, hell, I'm 75. I'm the in between,
I'm a millennial.
and I'm not
You
even
Gen
sure
X.
if
No,
I'm
you Gen
included
X.
in each
You
generation.
Gen X. You Gen X. 79 is Gen X.
No,
80
I'm
to 80
75.
onwards is Gen Y.
I'm
You
born in
75, you Gen X.
75, not
Yeah,
79.
you Gen X.
I'm not a 79
You,
kid. I'm
all right, you Gen
75.
X still. Like I said,
Am I?
You're still Gen X, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker.
Oh,
I hear you.
okay. Well, hell, I was confused. I thought there was a year y'all forgot about, and I was including that year. I was the switchover. I thought I was a switchover year from from the Gen X and the generation before, I was the middle ground, and that's what I thought I was. That's the only reason I figured I could figure out both of y'all sides and not be in the middle. Don't include me. I ain't losing my job or
Honestly,
getting my ass
fam,
kicked because y'all fighting.
Jefferson, I'm gonna tell you this honestly, that nobody knows exactly when the Gen Xers began, because some say it's 1961, others say 65. But everybody in all the
It
70s
wasn't
babies
no
are.
61. I'm gonna tell you right now, the civil rights. No, no. Gen X ain't starting no 60s. Now the 70s, everybody was humping everybody. It might have been in the 70s. Okay, 60, 70 range. Everybody was doing cocaine, whatever the hell they can do, and you know, Playboy Club got a lot of charges,
That's the
and
boomers,
they
man.
waited till Hugh Hefner dead,
That's the
but they
boomers,
keep suing
man.
Bill
That's what you're talking
Cosby
about.
like he owned the place.
Bill Cosby was a frequent guest at the Playboy Mansion. Like he was playing drums at a jazz band.
Honestly, I'm still trying to wonder why they ain't suing Hugh Hefner's estate, and it's a estate. And if I remember correctly,
For
Playboy
what?
is still being published digitally. And never mind, I'm not gonna get into the legal ramifications, but wouldn't you sue the estate that you got raped at instead of Bill Cosby? But I'm just saying, Bill Cosby showed up, and he's the last living nigga that was there.
I recall a few years back, a woman tried to sue Rick James' estate for allegedly the same shit. But where are we going with this? In fact, don't answer. I don't want to
Rick
know.
James is different than Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby made you buy Jello pudding pops. Fuck, he made Jello the brand it is. Hell, black men can actually be fathers and support their families. Black men actually had a voice. You see how they're attacking Bill Cosby, but he represented the best of black men, but they suing him for Hugh Hefner money, but they signed a contract to be a Playboy bunny or a fucking centerfold for Hugh Hefner. Last nigga living. That's why he getting sued. We ain't playing games. It's common sense.
Dude, why do you look like? Why does this picture you look like Michael Irvin just to come out of a certain club in Miami?
Well, if you Michael Irvin, they can just say shit. And Dallas Cowboys would have paid them off when Michael Irvin was getting them rings. Michael Irvin now, Dallas Cowboys ain't supporting his ass as shit. He touch a
He
chick
has
at the
another ring,
club.
fool.
Guess what? The Michael Irvin gonna get? Charges. Dallas Cowboys forgot his ass. He ain't win the Super Bowls, and when the last time Dallas
You know
won
what
the
I
Super
just
Bowl?
said? Sean, you know where I said this shit was coming from? I said Miami. You know what his relationship with that city is?
Don't mess with me, my Miami. Look, I was a fan when Duper and Clayton was there, and they still ain't won Super Bowls. Cause you know what?
Not that Miami.
Marino
Not
couldn't
that
get
Miami.
5 yards for a first down because he always looked for the longest throw he can make. If he would have went for those first downs, his ass wouldn't have got hit, and his ass would have been a Tom Brady, and Tom Brady would have been catching up. If
That entire
he
draft
had
was
that
curses what they
freaking
said
pride and
until
he was Dan Marino. You see how Tom Brady breaks it down and say, hey, I'm going to be the greatest damn NFL player ever. And I run a 6'5" as a QB. Tom Brady makes one step, pivots the foot. He made the plant in to make the first step and then throws it. You know what the difference is? Nobody can sack Tom Brady. If Marina would have did it,
Hmm.
I'm back, folks. Sorry about that.
I know one guy who still haunts Tom Brady to this day.
I'm glad he's Tom Brady's nightmare. I hope he adds a couple of more to him.
No, because this guy's already retired and probably in the Hall of Fame by now.
Shit. I don't wait no Terrence Owens to come fuck Tom Brady up. He like 59 and shit. He can still run the damn patterns. Okay,
But
somebody's got
anyway,
YouTube in the background. Could you close the YouTube out?
that's not me.
That's not no YouTube in the background.
Charles, why you sound so distant?
I have no clue.
Oh, man, check your mic settings.
You
Maybe you
might
put
need
yourself
to
on phone
close
mode.
out that last window if you're on a laptop or computer.
What about
Well, I'm on my tablet, so it's not me. Anyway, LaShawn, I said Miami. When I talk about Miami, I talk about Michael for one particular reason. You know what his
Let me
connection to
listen
the
to
city
your
is?
reason then, sir.
You know where he went to college?
Actually, during this pandemic situation, I got a lot of old folk in my family, and I've been having to deal with a lot of health problems, so I ain't been keeping up with none of it. So catch me up, please. You got the floor, and I won't interrupt you.
1987, he was part of the University of Miami Hurricanes team that won a national championship. In fact, I just checked out this clip. It was a Fox special where it was him. ER20, Ray Lewis, and Reggie Wayne, all four of them sitting together in front of an audience, and they were just going back and forth talking about what is the significance of the University of Miami.
That university at the time, I'm be honest with
they
you.
talked about a lot of
I
stuff.
grew up with that age, and I know what you're talking about. It was finally the place where black college players could be themselves and graduate. They can show their ass, and it wasn't breaking NCAA football rules, basketball rules, baseball rules, soccer rules, rugby. Fuck, if they swimmed and did that damn water polo crap, if they celebrated, it wasn't negated. It was actually considered team spirit for the first time. And University of Miami actually went across the board. And that's why they're I mean, they had top ranked players that would have went to the top ranked schools choosing Florida State, Miami Gators,
And Florida.
in any school in Florida.
Understand
You
Florida
is
Gators were in
100%,
Gainesville.
and I grew up that way, but I appreciate you knowing the history and know the true value. You is correct. Go ahead, finish your statement.
Understand that University of Florida, that's where Tim Tebow came out of. And me, I know most of the stuff because, I'm a WWE fan. I love WWE and everything, wrestling. A lot of players came out of certain college. Used to be playing, they were all Americans in NCAA football. Titus O'Neil came out of University of Florida, and Florida is based in Gainesville. Ron Simmons came out of FSU. He and Deion Sanders, only two players from FSU to have their jerseys retired.
Go ahead, young man. You go ahead and teach the young men that forgot about the history. Go ahead.
Went to the U with a lot of guys like Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, One of Bob Marley's kids went to that team. And that's one. In fact, they were
Ray
part of
Lewis
the.
made the dance in his college and he carried it to the NFL. You correct. Keep on. Go ahead preaching, sir.
A lot of dudes came out of that U. I mean, so many names I can't even forget, but 91 was the year that they won a national championship. But I remember when Michael Irvin talked about Jerry Johnson, I say Jimmy Johnson, who was a Hall of Fame coach now, who led the Cowboys to 3 Super Bowls victories. A lot of people forget back in the 80s, he was
can I ask
University
you a quick
of
question?
Hold on. Just hold on a second.
Okay, finish up
Because
and I'll ask you that quick question. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Jimmy Johnson also was head coach in the 80s for the University of Miami. And when you said about them how they were able to show their ass and not be put on blast, Michael Irvin told the story of how the coaches told them, listen, and Jimmy Johnson said this to them, especially said, you all just go out there and be yourselves. You just be you, because that's what makes y'all unique. And we'll take on all the heat. We can handle the heat. Y'all just keep doing what you're doing, because that's what's going to bring that team and that culture together. As you were saying, LaShawn?
You remember Jimmy Johnson got replaced by a coach, right? That same coach was a coach in Florida too. And you were bringing up all them facts, but the weird thing is, if it's a coach from Florida or a player from Florida, hell, a recruitment dude from Florida, Florida still got that rank even today. It's still an underground circuit, but it is a top recruitment state. But you notice how Florida is still like they'll say, "Oh, he came from Oklahoma," and they put some emphasis. You know, all them colleges and legit, but the Florida is still the underground. And damn it, them the people you always keep on contract and renew it. And then that's just my study. And look, somebody can Google, do the stats, whatever it is. But I'm just using life history. Florida has always been the underground railroad for players. And it's one of those states, just like South Carolina is. I'm living in South Carolina. But when you sit there and look, SC boys it matters, okay? It does. You get them boys from SC, you find one of them them diamonds in the rough, or that diamond that no one paid attention to because he's playing like in the black colleges, and the less is the game where the battle of the bands is more important than them playing the game, they're not going to be noticed. And the great thing is, bro, I appreciate you keeping the history. And thank you very much for doing so. As an old man that watched it, I'm glad a young man made sure he watched the clips and got the stats.
Well, to be honest, I am outside, so I'm not of you, but it's good to learn from the outside looking in. And by the way, I appreciate being called a young man, despite the fact I'm pushing 40.
You ain't go through the hell I did. We got 5 years between us. Like, trust me.
I went through a different type of hell.
I'm 47. Are you in the young 40s or the late 40s? This could be just mindset.
He'll just be.
You got a better mindset than my ass does.
He'll be 40 in September.
I'm 47 right damn now. And trust me, every black woman in my family is about to be 70. And they got health issues. And I got a man to fuck up.
Hey, what up,
And I
Brian?
wish I had a wife so I
Hey.
could say I didn't. God dang it, boy. You know what? When they say, how the hell you get in the winter? You in winter and it's like 120 degrees across Wisconsin right now. And you in winter? Like, I don't know what the hell they did, but they did not do the HBO special we all love and everything else. Because you can't White Walker in summer and you ain't white.
All right. Speaking of which, hey Charles. Charles. I did get a load of the troll we dealt with earlier. And judging by his name, I realized, yep, he's of my ilk. Checked out his shit, and I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, he was just there to tease, because it's that month. Hey, Brian, how you doing?
I ain't doing too good.
What's on your mind, brother?
Charles mentioned something earlier about lack of support.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a guy? I'm about to cry. What's a guy got to do? I'm going through hell in a handbasket. I've had people tell me they would tune in. I may try again later. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But nothing. The times I've had success with my charity live stream has been with Charles. I mean, it just shows me who really gives a damn.
Sorry, sir. You're trying with women that don't even give a damn to try because they confused about what a woman is. Because some female that look like they're a woman ask them the question and they're being really sensitive now. And you know how women is sensitive.
Hold on.
No. This is not about that.
What's going
on?
Charles,
women.
Charles, I'm very discouraged.
What's that?
In 2 words, nothing happened. I'll probably try again later, but I just think back to something you said earlier tonight about not having the support being there.
Yeah. I think we need to start supporting each other. You got good brothers like the Snowman. Let me know because hey, give me the link. I'm gonna post it in my community. We gotta support.
I'm gonna try again a little late. I'm gonna try again a little later, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I told my entire story from June of last year until now. I barely got a response. I got 3 total responses. I had my scroll going, and when I signed off, I nearly broke into tears. But then I started thinking, no, I have to try again. I have to try. I have to keep trying this. This is what
you just shocked them because you were the first one to say, I understand what the hell you're going through. How they gonna respond when you the first person to tell them there's somebody like me that understand is about to speak about it? Try them again. I just
I'm
think you
gonna,
shocked them.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try again. I feel better about trying again.
Back. I want everybody. I want everybody to go to the snowman's link. I'm gonna post this link in my community tab. I don't want people to go there. Support them. Look, a lot of y'all
Because
brothers love sports. A lot of y'all brothers love good talking about the nude, the bad, the ugly. Guess what? You're gonna get that plus your stats, plus a good talk at the snowman. Let's support a brother who's actually, trying to get back on his feet.
Agree.
And I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna shut down now. I want everybody. I'm gonna post everybody watching. I'm gonna put the link in my community tab. Go support the snowman. It's only fair.
I'll sub after you post it. I'll sub after you post it. I'm on the chat room. But Snowman,
Hold on. Hold on.
yes,
We're
I'm
gonna
set. I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
set this for 10. I'm gonna set this for 10:30
okay.
because I want to get. I want to get my meds done, and I got to get a little bit of food in my system. But I was just real discouraged for a few minutes because I put the link out there. I sent it in Messenger to a few people, and doggone, if only a few people showed up. It
No, what we're gonna have
it, it
is we're gonna have more people, and I want everybody to go over there and support my boy. Because if you like the content I bring out, you got to thank the snowman for putting me on podcasting and live streaming in the first place. So I'm asking you, go support.
I'm begging. I'm begging for the support because there's some things
Snowman,
that I need to get. And
can I ask you a quick question?
you may.
What is it? Can please look? He needs this, Charles. Please let's ask him this quick question, and he'll get the answer. Snowman, there's a difference between being a nigga for a few minutes and not being a nigga for a lifetime. You gave them the nigga moment when they realized they were a nigga for a few minutes, but you got a lifetime of not being a nigga. You can give them. Stay on that trail, bruh. That's all.
I am.
You doing the
I
right
am.
thing. It's just you got the wrong response. That's all. I've got it too, but you get your people that know you helping and they will help you. Okay? Same with Charles. Same with you. All right? You're on the right path. Don't get discouraged.
Nah, I never get discouraged, man.
You is Star Trek right now. You cutting the new frontier. Okay? Just
Mhm.
keep that mindset, bro.
I have to. I absolutely have to. All right. I'm gonna post the link here in the
Send me the link.
in the
Text me the links. Text me the links, and I'm gonna put them in my community tab. And
you got it.
I'm gonna put it up there for your link for your show, and
Mhm.
everybody go support the show.
I have a goal tonight, and I must make this clear. I have a goal tonight, and every time I do a fundraiser like this, of at least $1,000, because it's going to take a lot of these, with my wife being the only one working, to help us get home. And I'm determined to help us get back home to North Carolina. I'm determined to recover from pancreatic cancer fully, and I'm also determined to steal a job with the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, which is the main reason I'm doing this. There's an opportunity, and I want to take it. There's also an opportunity with me doing my show and doing my games to bring in 6 figures this year. And I want it.
Bro, as long as you kick my ass and you heal up, I'm okay with it.
All right, Charles, your links are coming in a few minutes.
All right. We're going to sign out, and I'm going to post them up there in my community tab. Woo!
Thank you.
And we out.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
I'm off.